Welcome to ZoomInData, your go-to channel for in-depth data engineering, analytics, and modern cloud technology interview preparation. In this video, we dive deep into the top 25 Microsoft Fabric data pipelines interview questions for 2025. Perfect for data engineers, analysts, and anyone preparing for Fabric, Azure, or data platform roles. We cover everything from core concepts, orchestration, OneLake integration, monitoring, security, to best practices, all explained in clear, interview-ready technical language to help you confidently ace your next interview. Welcome to ZoomInData, your go-to channel for in-depth data engineering, analytics, and modern cloud technology interview preparation. In this video, we dive deep into the top 25 Microsoft Fabric data pipelines interview questions for 2025. Perfect for data engineers, analysts, and anyone preparing for Fabric, Azure, or data platform roles. We cover everything from core concepts, orchestration, OneLake integration, monitoring, security, to best practices, all explained in clear, interview-ready technical language to help you confidently ace your next interview. Welcome to ZoomInData, your go-to channel for in-depth data engineering, analytics, and modern cloud technology interview preparation. In this video, we dive deep into the top 25 Microsoft Fabric data pipelines interview questions for 2025. Perfect for data engineers, analysts, and anyone preparing for Fabric, Azure, or data platform roles. We cover everything from core concepts, orchestration, OneLake integration, monitoring, security, to best practices, all explained in clear, interview-ready technical language to help you confidently ace your next interview. What activities are supported in Fabric pipelines? Data movement activities include copy job for efficient ingestion from diverse sources to OneLake destinations. Transformation activities encompass dataflow Gen 2, Notebook, Spark, Script, and stored procedure for advanced processing. Control flow activities provide if condition, for each, until, and invoke pipeline for branching, looping, and modular orchestration. Additional activities like web, get metadata, and delete support utility tasks, integration, and data management. 4. How do pipelines manage data movement? Pipelines utilize the copy job activity to transfer data from supported connectors to Fabric destinations like Lakehouse or warehouse. They support staging options, fault tolerance, and polybase loading for optimized performance during large-scale transfers. Integration with OneLake shortcuts enables zero-copy access to external sources without physical data duplication. Dynamic mapping and schema drift handling ensure flexible and resilient data ingestion across varied sources. 5. How do pipelines support orchestration? Pipelines orchestrate workflows by sequencing activities with dependencies based on success, failure, or completion outcomes. Control flow activities enable conditional branching, iterative loops, and parallel execution for complex logic. Integration with Apache Airflow allows code-based DAG orchestration alongside the low-code canvas. Invoke pipeline activity facilitates modular design by calling child pipelines with parameter passing. 6. How do pipelines handle scheduling? Pipelines support time-based schedule triggers for recurring executions at defined intervals or cron expressions. Multiple schedules can be assigned to a single pipeline for flexible runtime configurations. Manual triggers allow on-demand runs, while integration with external systems enables programmatic scheduling. Schedule management includes pause, resume, and edit capabilities with workspace-level visibility. 7. How do pipelines manage dependencies? Activity dependencies are defined via success, failure, skipped, or completion paths on the pipeline canvas. Invoke pipeline activity supports wait on completion or parallel execution for child pipeline dependencies. Dynamic expressions and parameters enable runtime resolve dependencies based on prior activity outputs. Control activities like until and for each handle iterative dependencies over collections or conditions. 8. How do pipelines handle failures? Activity-level policies configure timeout, retry count, and retry interval for transient fault recovery. Dependency paths route execution to alternative activities on failure for custom error handling. Pipeline runs capture detailed error messages and output for diagnostic troubleshooting. Integration with monitoring tools allows alerting on failures via email or Teams notifications. 9. How do pipelines support monitoring? Pipeline runs provide detailed execution logs, duration breakdowns, and activity-level metrics in the monitoring hub. Workspace-level monitoring aggregates performance insights across multiple pipelines in real time. Integration with Fabric capacity metrics and Data Activator enables proactive alerts on anomalies. Run history supports reruns, debugging, and auditing with granular status tracking. 10. How do pipelines integrate with OneLake? Pipelines natively read from and write to OneLake locations, treating Lakehouse tables and files as first-class destinations. Shortcuts in OneLake allow pipelines to access external data virtually without movement overhead. Delta Lake format support ensures ACID transactions and schema enforcement during pipeline operations. Direct integration eliminates data silos, enabling immediate availability across Fabric workloads post-execution. 11. How do pipelines support parameterization? Pipeline parameters accept external values at runtime, enabling reusable and environment-specific configurations. Dynamic content expressions incorporate parameters in connections, paths, and activity settings. Public parameters expose values for external orchestration or CI/CD integration. Variable library integration centralizes parameterized configurations at workspace level. 12. How do pipelines manage variables? System and user-defined variables store temporary runtime values for interactivity data passing. Variable library provides workspace-scoped variables for centralized configuration management. Dynamic expressions manipulate variables in activity settings or control logic. Variables support secure handling and environment-specific overrides in deployment scenarios. 13. How do pipelines support triggers? Schedule triggers enable recurring executions based on time or cron patterns. Storage event triggers initiate pipelines on new file arrivals in OneLake. Manual and tumbling window triggers support on-demand or windowed processing, where available. External triggers via APIS or Power Automate integrate with broader automation flows. 14. How do pipelines integrate with notebooks? Notebook activity invokes Fabric Spark notebooks for custom Spark or Scala transformations. Parameters pass dynamic values from pipeline to notebook for runtime customization. Session management and output capturing enable seamless data flow between pipeline and notebook. Orchestration chains notebook execution with other activities for hybrid low-code, custom workflows. 15. How do pipelines handle error logging? Built-in run logs capture error details, stack traces, and activity outputs automatically. Custom logging via script or web activities sends errors to external systems like Azure Monitor. Failure dependency paths route to dedicated error handling activities for structured logging. Monitoring Hub aggregates logs for centralized auditing and compliance reporting. 16. How do pipelines support retry mechanisms? Activity policies define retry count, interval, and exponential backoff for transient errors. Secure retry options protect sensitive inputs, outputs during repeated attempts. Dependency on completion allows upstream retries without cascading failures. Monitoring tracks retry attempts for performance tuning and reliability analysis. 17. How do pipelines ensure data consistency? Delta Lake integration provides ACID transactions for reliable writes to OneLake tables. Idempotent design with upsert or merge operations prevents duplicates on reruns. Schema enforcement and validation activities detect inconsistencies early. Transactional control in warehouse destinations maintains referential integrity. 18. How do pipelines manage security? Azure Entra ID authentication and RBAC control access to pipelines and connections. Managed identities and Key Vault integration secure credentials without exposure. Private endpoints and VNET support restrict network access for sensitive data. Row-level and column-level security propagate through OneLake to downstream consumers. 19. How do pipelines support version control? Git integration enables source control for pipeline definitions in development workspaces. Deployment pipelines manage versioning across dev, test, and prod stages. Save as feature creates duplicates for iterative development and branching. JSON export view supports external version management tools. 20. How do pipelines scale with workload demand? Fabric capacity autoscaling adjusts compute resources based on pipeline concurrency. Parallel activity execution and Spark cluster scaling handle large datasets efficiently. Partitioning and incremental processing optimize for high-volume scenarios. Capacity throttling and queuing manage peak loads without manual intervention. 21. How do pipelines optimize performance? Columnar formats like Parquet and Delta optimize storage scans and compression. Staging and polybase loading accelerate bulk transfers to analytical destinations. Spark job tuning via notebook parameters enhances transformation efficiency. Monitoring insights identify bottlenecks for targeted optimizations. 22. How do pipelines integrate with Power BI? Pipelines load data directly into semantic models or Lakehouse tables for direct lake mode. Triggered refreshes post-pipeline completion ensure up-to-date reports. Shared OneLake access enables seamless consumption without additional ETL. Notifications and alerts inform BI teams of data readiness. 23. How do pipelines support C/CD? Deployment pipelines automate promotion across stages with rule-based configurations. Git integration supports pull requests, branching, and merge workflows. Variable library enables environment-specific overrides during deployment. REST APIs facilitate programmatic C/CD pipeline management. 24. How do pipelines handle cost management? Capacity-based pricing aggregates costs across workloads, avoiding per-activity billing. Monitoring tracks consumption units for optimization and budgeting. Autoscaling and pause. Resume minimize idle resource usage. Reserved capacities provide predictable pricing for steady workloads. 25. What are best practices for designing pipelines? Adopt modular design with reusable sub-pipelines and parameterized activities for maintainability. Implement layered architecture, bronze, silver, gold, for progressive data refinement and quality. Incorporate robust error handling, retries, and logging from the outset for reliability. Leverage monitoring, Git integration, and deployment pipelines for governance and agility. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you prepare for your Microsoft Fabric interview, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your network. Don't forget to subscribe to ZoomInData and hit the bell icon for more in-depth data engineering, analytics, and cloud technology interview prep videos every week. Drop your questions or topic requests in the comments. Let's zoom in on your success together.